Hi, I'm Tim Moss with Custom Guns, Ammo, and Repairs. So I thought I'd take a few minutes and show you guys what it is that we do in our shop. So, we get people calling all the time saying, hey, can you fix this? Can you fix that? So I want to show you a few of the projects that we've done or that we're currently doing, and it'll give you an idea if we can fix what you need done. So this project here, I always like being safe. So the cylinders, you guys can even double check me. Cylinders all empty. This is a 460 Smith & Wesson, and this came in with this scope mount and this scope, and this gun owner wanted these off and he wanted to return it back to iron sights, which you can see that we've done that. It's back to iron sights. It looks good. It's not beat up. What had happened is someone had used some kind of fastener on this, and I still haven't determined. It's not red Loctite. You guys know you don't use red Loctite on your scopes and your mounts because you're not going to get them off. But someone used a super adhesive product, and he couldn't get this stuff off. Strip the screw heads, and that's when we got it. So what we had to do is, and you might can see that, we had to drill out all these screw heads without stripping the threads in the gun. So we got this scope off, and we actually do this kind of stuff a lot. A lot of guys, they call up, they're kind of embarrassed. I strip the screws out. Can you fix it? Yeah, we can fix it. It's not me embarrassed about. Guys do it all the time. So you can see on this gun, it's got, if I would take this sight off here, there's 3 holes, and these screws were in these 3 holes, and they weren't coming out. They were not backing out. So we couldn't even use the back out tools. We had to drill them out. But we saved the threads, and it went back together nice. So that's one of the kind of things we do. Other things that we do is, here's another current project. This, you guys can check me on that too. It's all empty. I'm not going to shoot my cameraman or myself. So this is a red dot razor. This guy couldn't hit anything with this short barrel, but he liked the gun. So he brought it in, and there's nothing wrong with the gun. We shot the gun. We made him some bullets. But we put this red dot razor on. So we got it all mounted up. Here's the mounting bracket that we got. It's mounted up, and it's mounted in a manner that it doesn't rattle, it doesn't come loose. And now the guys, he can hit the target at 30 yards now where he couldn't hit it at 10. So we can mount your scopes for you. We get it shooting straight. We can get it shooted straight and sighted in for you. Here's another one. Here's an AR. This is a guy's coyote rig. So we didn't have to do a whole lot to this. He's got these, it's an ATN night sight for hunting at night, and he wanted a flash suppressor on it that would also accept a silencer. So this is a dead air flash suppressor, and he can put his silencer right on this. So we can shoot it with the silencer, without the silencer. But we can machine the threads on the end of the barrel. I'll show you that in a minute. We can thread the machines, do the threads on the machine, and put on your muzzle brakes, your flash suppressors, or an adapter so you can do a silencer. So here's another thing that we do. So lots of times we get rifles in, and they can't hit, they can hit the target, but they're grouping 2 to 3 inches. And the gun owner, of course, they don't like it. And the solution isn't just to buy another gun off the shelf, or you'd be spending a lot of money. So this here is, I'm trying to think what kind of rifle this was. So here's the receiver. This is a Browning. Yeah. This is, this is a Winchester. Sorry. This is a Winchester. So this is a Winchester rifle, Winchester receiver, and we shot this gun for him. It's a 300 Win Mag. So we shot this gun, had a completely different barrel. And in this case, we tried making some custom made loads, and we can't get it better to group better than 2 inches. So we determined that it was a problem with the barrel. So we ordered in this Brooks barrel, and this is in the middle of our rebuild. But we have the barrel mated to the receiver now. So shortly, what we're going to do is we're going to chamber it. It's a 308 barrel. We're going to chamber it for 300 short mag, Winchester short mag. And then we're going to see how it shoots, put it back together, see how it shoots, and then we're going to determine our barrel length. And we'll cut it off at the right length, and then we'll thread it, and we'll put a muzzle brake on it. So this is in the middle of the whole process. So you guys that you got rifles that, you know, you can't make a piece of junk shoot straight if that's what you bought. But you know, this guy paid $1,200. I think he said he's got $1,200 just in the rifle without the scope mounts. You know, so he paid, you know, not a small amount of money. And if you have a rifle that isn't junk, you know, there's some junk out there, you're not going to make it shoot straight. But if you have a rifle that's a decent rifle, in most cases, we can make it shoot really well without replacing the barrel. But if all else fails, we can replace the barrel for you. This is the Brooks barrel. And I think I mentioned we got it to the point that it comes into the receiver. It's got a perfect mate. You know, there's no wobble to it. It's tight. It's good machine work. So it's all in the receiver. We're just waiting. Next step is we're gonna chamber it for the 300 Win Short Mag. And we might do another video where we take this out on the range and show you the finished product and see how well it shoots. We'll do that in the future. So these guns that I showed you, this gun is a Bear self-defense gun. That's what the guy uses it for. So it's empty. And this is a 460. So one of his problems was that a full 460 load is hard to shoot. And you're not burning up all your powder. You only have a 3.5 inch barrel. So he's getting this huge flame shooting out where the powder's burning outside the barrel. So one of the things we did for this guy that helped him shoot is we custom made him some loads. So we got 325 grain hard cast bullets that are shooting at 1,200 feet per second. So that's about 1,000 pounds of force that it hits with. It's plenty for bear protection, but it's a lot less than the bullets, the factory bullets he was shooting. We're almost 2,000 feet per second. And the pounds of energy was, you know, way more than 1,000, way more than what he needed. So with this small little handgun, you know, we have the red dot on there for him, and we have the custom shells for him that will give him the bear protection that he's asking for. And as far as bear protection goes, guys, if you can't hit the bear, no matter what you're carrying, it's not good protection. You know, you can protect yourself with a 9mm or 10mm. Just use a hard cast bullet, and if it's traveling 1,100, 1,200 feet per second, you actually get better penetration than a bullet traveling faster. They've done studies. So if you have a flat nose, hard cast bullet, 1,100 to 1,200 feet per second, which is what we make them, that's your best bear defense. That's what's going to give you the best penetration, which is what you need to stop a bear. So anyhow, we make bullets for that. This gun here, this didn't group that well. So this was like a 3-inch grouper gun. So I told you the things that we've done to it. We also make custom bullets for this gun in 223. We had to experiment a little bit to find its favorite load, but now it consistently shoots under 1 inch. And I showed you about this rebuild that we're doing, the barrel change out. After we chamber this for 300 Winchester short mag, when we start shooting it, we will start making custom bullets for this gun, and we'll get it dialed in. Now it's going to shoot well with factory loads, maybe close to 1 inch, but we're going to make custom loads for it. We're going to knock that down to maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So custom ammo is part of the things that we do, and we have quite a few presses in order to make that ammo. And we have currently we're capable of making 40-some different calibers. So we make just about all the popular calibers of bullets, whether that's handgun or rifle. Here's another piece that we got in. It's an Italian-made little black powder pistol in 44. In fact, I just now saw it's a CBA. So CBA imports it from this Italian company that makes it. It's not brand new or anything. It's been around a while. So the guy that brought this in, he wants to shoot it, and he can shoot it now. But he wanted to know, was it safe to shoot? You know, he had no idea about the age, but it's a modern pistol. So we were able to tell him that. And the guy that he bought it from, he said that he was given this in payment for some kind of job he'd done. Anyhow, there's no caps on those nipples, guys, so I'm not about to shoot myself or my cameraman. He got this in trade for some kind of work he did for a guy, and when he got it, he tried firing it, and nothing went off. So we got it and took it all apart. It came apart hard, but we were able to do it and clean it up. I mean, it doesn't look like new, but you wouldn't believe what it looked like when I got it. I mean, it was covered with soot and rust and all kinds of stuff, and all the cylinders were full. So we got, we took it all apart. We got the lead balls out. The powder got to the point where it got wet and it hardened up, so we had to get the powder out of there, clean out the nipple holes for him, and now he's ready to shoot this, and it's a safe piece to shoot. And he had no idea where in the world do you get shooting supplies for this thing, so we got those in from Dixie Gun Works. And the 44, these old 44s take .430 round balls, by the way. So that's another kind of thing that we take care of here. So earlier I've been talking about how we thread the barrels. You put your barrel on your lathe, have to index it. You guys that do this kind of work, you guys know it. This is for those that don't. And what we do is we turn the threads, and this allows it to turn into the receiver. So we have the capability to do this, and we can run threads on either side of your barrel. So we can run threads so we can put a new barrel on your receiver, or we can thread the other end, which we just turn this around and we can thread that, and we can put on your flash suppressors or muzzle brakes, or your adapters to put on silencers. So we can do that with this machine. We also have a knee mill. So some guys will have an old gun. One that we fixed was an old, I think it was an old Smith & Wesson. Really old gun, couldn't find any parts to it. So we could easily duplicate the part. We got a stock of steel, so we can duplicate the part, put it back together. And that particular gun we fixed a couple of years ago, and I was just talking to the guy, and he said that he had it out Saturday, and it was working fine. So if you have a gun that you can't find a part to, more than likely we can fabricate it for you, and we can turn your barrels, whether you need a new barrel on your gun or you need to turn the other end, the muzzle end, in order to put on a muzzle brake or a flash suppressor, or you need an adapter for your silencer. So this gun, we got the action open, no magazine, no bullets in there, it's safe. And it's in a safe direction here, it's not pointed at the cameraman. When you have the end of your barrel threaded, in order to do your flash suppressor, your muzzle brake, or an adapter for a silencer, it's very important that they index your barrel before they turn it. Because if they don't, you're going to screw this on, and you might not see it, but it might not be in line with your bore. And when that happens, and that's what happened with this gun here. So, not from us, it was taken to someone else. And when they put the flash suppressor on, they didn't index the barrel correctly. So when this guy would shoot his gun, the bullet would come out, and because it wasn't centered correctly, the bullet was hitting the insides of the flash suppressor and just flying everywhere. A very dangerous situation. You don't want that to happen. So when you do your indexing, make sure that you do it correctly. You want your barrel, when I say indexing, when you put your barrel in the lathe and your jaw's tightening on it, you need to take calipers on each side and make sure that it's turning true. If it's not in there true, it'll turn on a little bit of a wobble, and then you'll get your threads off, and then when you screw these different attachments on, they'll be slightly out of alignment. And what can happen is when you fire your gun, your bullet will hit these. So we put these in, and we take the time to index their barrels correctly. You can turn the threads in no time at all. What takes the time is indexing it correctly. You can spend quite a bit of time getting the right setup, and then you can cut your threads in a matter of minutes. So we take the time to do it right, and we will make sure that we put these on in a proper manner so you're not shooting them when you take your shots. It'll cleanly pass through the center.